Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, I want to share something with you I picked up from Jonathan Cahn in his devotional book, The Book of Mysteries. It's entitled How to Multiply Bread. Yeah, my dad was a baker. Yeah, he made lots of dough. Yeah, lots of bread. Anyway, okay, I'll stop. So in this book, you've got the teacher and you've got the student. And so it's midday and there's a bunch of students that were there, and the teacher comes in and he says, Messiah was ministering to multitudes, to thousands of people. And there's a crisis that comes up because it's getting late in the day, the people were hungry, and they didn't have any food. Well, actually, they did have a little food. They had 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And so the Bible tells us that he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks, broke them, and gave them to the disciples to give to the multitudes. And they all ate, and they were filled, and the disciples collected 12 basketfuls of leftover pieces. So each one would have a basket for their own food or whatever, or memento of this great day. It's called the miracle of multiplication. Starting with just the 2 fish. The 5 loaves feeds thousands upon thousands of people. And then the teacher asks, how did he perform the miracle? And the student says, well, it doesn't say. And the teacher says, but it does. Listen again. And looking up to heaven. So what's your problem? I mean, I don't mean it like in a negative way. What's your problem? What are you wrestling with today? Is it lack? Look up to heaven. And the next thing is he gave thanks, broke them, and gave them to the disciples. He gave thanks. So whether today you have enough or you don't have enough, and a lot of us can think of some area of our life where we don't have enough, give thanks. He gave thanks and the miracle happened. That's the secret. The teacher says that's the key to all miracles, is to give thanks. Living a thankful, grateful life is a miracle. And we're going to see things that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. I know people that only focus on what they don't have. They can't see how much they do have because they haven't learned the miracle begins with giving thanks. Giving thanks is crucial to a life of fullness and blessing. On top of that, it also gives the power to perform the miracle of multiplication. You don't have to look at how little you have or how big your problem is or how impossible your situation is. You don't have to panic. You don't have to complain. Let me just say this, that we live in a world where it's pretty cool to complain. People like to complain. I complain sometimes. Sometimes I can be bad at it. And when I'm complaining, I am not giving thanks. When I'm looking at things that are negative, my focus is in the wrong place. But when we give thanks, we open up the gates of heaven to pour out blessings on us. So take the little that you have, however little it is, be grateful for it. Give thanks for it. It's so easy in America to look at our neighbor's car, to look at their house. I actually live in a neighborhood where in our neighborhood, our house is dwarfed by the 2 homes next to us. I've never lived in a community where that was the case. I was always kind of like on par. I'm not in this case. And sometimes we've got to be honest and just take a look at it and say, you know what, Lord, I'm going to be grateful for what I have. Grateful for what I have. So in order to perform miracles, give thanks. Be grateful. Whatever you have, no matter how much or how little, give thanks even for what is not enough, and it will multiply to become what is enough. Practice this. You know, sometimes I look at things, I pastor a church. It's not a real big church. I was just talking to somebody about the finances and how God has blessed us. I can't explain it. It's just that God has done that. God did it. I didn't do it. What is it that you need today? Give thanks, especially in areas where you see lack, and watch God multiply it. God bless you. Have a great day.